From dazzling us through her performance in Stuck in the Middle to taking everyone on a nostalgia-filled trip into the world of Wednesday Addams, it's really hard not to love Jenna Ortega's work. But did you know that Variety predicted that the young star might just have an Emmy Award in the future? Now, wouldn't that be a dream? Well, stick with me because I'll be telling you all that they had to say. Okay, so let's be honest here. Wednesday was a huge hit, even before it hit our screens.
Wednesday is certainly a unique name.
Her name comes from a line from my favorite nursery rhyme. Wednesday's child is full of woe.
Why wouldn't it be? After all, it had such an amazing cast, with Jenna Ortega holding the reins, and none other than the great Tim Burton leading her under his direction. The show broke all sorts of records on Netflix, and still continues to rise. With it rises the show headliner Jenna Ortega. After Wednesday, the actor was cast straight away in a variety of new shows. That's right, I'm talking about her casting in Scream 6. And let's not forget her amazing stint hosting Saturday Night Live for the first time in March. Hosting SNL is definitely an indication that you've entered the big leagues, don't you think?
Really well written. I don't feel like I want to do the Wednesday dance for promo because we've seen so much of that already.
On top of this, the second season of Wednesday will also be released in the not-so-far future, which will only add to her immense success and fame. The season is likely to premiere in 2024, and it's only going to make Ortega bigger in the industry. At this point, though, the show is the streaming platform's third most-watched series of all time. It's only been surpassed by Squid Games and Stranger Things, but chances are that Wednesday might even leave them behind, considering the fact that there are many plot lines to be resolved. Wednesday herself holds a special place in our hearts. After all, she's been a huge part of our childhood, so it was really something to see the world through her eyes and enjoy her character more deeply. Of course, it's clear that Ortega herself had loads of fun making the show. Otherwise, we wouldn't be here talking about it. Speaking of, Jenna is a strong contender for winning an Emmy for Best Comedy Actress. But that really doesn't mean that she's not got strong competition. Variety predicts that we'll be seeing Selena Gomez's name appear on the ballot, right next to the young star. And let me tell you something, Selena has had the award for a long time coming. Her role as the dry-witted Mabel in Hulu's hit show Only Murders in the Building had everyone on the edge of their seats. On top of this, she was brutally skipped from the nominations in the first season, and you're probably gonna agree with me when I say that her performance was better in the second season, which means that a nomination is sorta given. Other contenders include Quinta Brunson from Abbott Elementary. It also has Christina Applegate from Dead to Me, Rachel Brosnahan from The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, and last but definitely not least, Natasha Lyonne. Of course, the winner won't be announced till late September this year, but the thing is that Jenna has a lot working in her favor, which makes her a fan favorite. It's not just that Wednesday is one of the most watched series of this year. Jenna was also nominated for Golden Globes and the Screen Actors Guild Awards, so chances are that she'll be receiving recognition from the TV Academy as well. Oh, and did you know? At just 20 years, the actor happens to be the second youngest to be nominated. She's preceded by Patty Duke, who was nominated for her performance in The Patty Duke Show back in 1964, at the age of 17. Now that's something, don't you think? But hey, did you know that the show's success was a huge shock to the actor as well? That's right, she herself wasn't sure that the show would be able to do so well. She said, "I don't think I was anticipating that many people tuning into the show, nor the reaction being so positive." Jenna was very clear about this, mentioning that she wasn't really used to that kind of attention. Of course, it's very satisfying to see all this happening, since there was a lot of effort put into the making of the show. The main character of the show also said that it made her very happy to see that the cast and crew are getting the recognition that they deserve. Honestly though, with both Tim Burton and Jenna on the case, this outcome was very likely. Fans fell in love with her ever since they got their first look at her. Jenna Ortega's Wednesday didn't only do justice to the character, but it also added a fun twist to her personality. The friendships she fosters during the show, while on the hunt for a crazed hide on a killing spree was peak television. Not only did we get to see the young girl in action, but we also got a peek into the backstory of her parents. What else could we have asked for? Jenna's dedication to the project was definitely commendable. After hearing this, you're only gonna think that the actor definitely deserves this award. That's right, she went above and beyond to stay true to the character. During an appearance on Dax Shepard's podcast, The Armchair Expert, Jenna confessed that she was sometimes almost rude and unprofessional on the set. But why was this? Well, you see, she wasn't super comfortable doing scenes that didn't feel like Wednesday at all. First, she started having discussions with the scriptwriters, and when that didn't give her the desired results, she would refuse to say lines. According to her, Wednesday needed an emotional arc, and the original script didn't really have much of one. Of course, these remarks led to a whole controversy, but let's not focus on that right now. Here's something cool for you. Jenna's Wednesday had a rather sinister message for the Emmy nominees last year. That's right, let me get this clear. It wasn't a feud or something. In a video uploaded before the ceremony, the young actor said that the faceless suits at Netflix had told her that people were competing for a golden statuette.
The faceless suits at Netflix have explained to me you are all competing for a golden statuette.
Isn't that the most Wednesday thing to say? If you don't agree with me, then wait till you hear what she has to say next. She added, "Apparently, you believe it will give you validation and fill that lonely void inside of you. Spoiler alert, it won't. Yikes. I can't believe she went there." I bet you're wondering if the writer had any advice for the nominees. After all, if they can't compete, then what would she have them do? Well, she did. And hold on to your hats, guys, because it was definitely not as dark as one would expect. She simply asked them to embrace the emptiness. According to her, they should wrap it around themselves like a cold, wet blanket. Now that's definitely some interesting advice, am I right? But is this gonna have any effect on the actor's potential nomination? Well, if it does, then we can start calling them the Petty Awards. Because hey, the team was just having a little bit of fun. Granted that they did post it on the main Twitter account of the series, and they straight up targeted the Emmy Awards. But hey, they've got to have some sense of humor. And it wasn't all roasts. Wednesday did congratulate the nominees and wished them luck, and that's cool. But the main question in my mind now is, are they gonna film a similar video again this time around? And if so, then will it change if the actor is nominated? Now, these are the questions that really matter. Apart from this, there is some more good news for you guys. Apparently, things turned out so well, and the pairing between the director and the lead was so successful that we probably might see them appear in another project soon. I bet you've probably heard about the much anticipated Beetlejuice sequel. Get this, Jenna might just be starring in that as well. And she's not going to be the only one from the team of Wednesday to join this project. The pair will be accompanied by Alfred Goh and Miles Miller, who wrote this sequel. With that being said, it's a wrap on Jenna Ortega's Emmy prediction.